Some messages just hit you differently, right? They make your heart beat faster. They feel so compelling, it's almost impossible to look away. So today, we're going to tear one of those messages apart, piece by piece, to see what really makes it tick. Let's dive in. And boom, it starts right here. No hello, no introduction, just this. An immediate gut punch of a crisis. Your sky is on fire. Before you even know who's talking, you're hooked by this deep personal sense of alarm. I mean, where do you even go from an opening line like that? You go straight to the promise of relief. And we're not talking about just any relief. We're talking about a life-changing pile of cash. See how that works? The message just pivots instantly from fear to desire, suggesting this incredible reward isn't just out there, but it's being held, waiting, specifically for you.
Okay, so how in the world does it do that? How can a few simple lines of text create this crazy, powerful mix of fear and hope? Well, spoiler alert, it's not random. Not at all. This is a carefully built machine of communication. So let's actually break down the specific techniques they're using to make this promise feel so real and so urgent.
Right, so it all kicks off with that wild opening line. It's literally designed to sneak right past our logical brain and hit us straight in the emotions. This, my friends, is the anatomy of a perfect hook. It's built to make you feel something before you even have a second to think. Just look at how all these pieces work together. They use the full name, Thabo Milton Mahola, which, boom, makes it feel super personal, right? Then you've got I've seen, which is just instant authority. It's like they have some secret knowledge. And it makes the stakes personal. This isn't just some fortune, it's being prepared specifically for you. Honestly, it's a masterclass in grabbing your attention. But here's the thing, that powerful hook, it's not just a one-off trick. It's actually the first critical step in a much bigger game plan, a full-on persuasive formula. So let's map out the whole strategy here and see how all the gears turn together. So the whole thing follows this really clear four-part formula. First, you've got that personal hook we just talked about. Then it builds up this feeling of almost cosmic, supernatural authority. After that, it lays out the stakes super clearly. Here's what you gain, here's what you lose. And then finally, it gives you a solution that sounds incredibly simple, but is also really, really vague. And this is a perfect example of how they create that sense of authority. I mean, what even is a triple transit? The answer is, it doesn't matter. The term sounds specific, it sounds technical, and that makes it sound important. What it does is create this power imbalance, right? It suggests the person talking has access to some secret knowledge that you don't, and that makes their claims feel way more believable. This side-by-side comparison, it's designed to make your choice feel absolutely huge. It's your current, kind of sad reality versus this incredible future. On one side, you're losing out. On the other, a massive inflow of money. This is textbook psychology. They're creating a massive fear of missing out. FOMO.
Okay, so after they've built up this unbelievable promise and made the stakes feel sky high, the message does something really important. It pivots. Everything they just promised you, everything you now really, really want, suddenly, it all comes down to one single thing.
And there it is, the catch. But there is one condition. That's the magic phrase. With just that one little phrase, all the responsibility for making this happen, it shifts. It's not on them anymore. It's completely on you. Suddenly, it's not a guarantee. It's a conditional offer, and you're the one who has to meet the condition. So what even is this portal? From a persuasion standpoint, it's absolutely brilliant. It's some kind of action that sounds mystical and important. But notice, they never actually define it. And that's on purpose. Its real job is just to create one simple task for you, the person reading, making you feel like you are the one and only gatekeeper to your own good fortune. Okay, so now you can see how this all builds up to that final call to action. They've given you this huge problem, right? Your sky is on fire. And then they've given you an even bigger solution, $1 million. So the very last piece of the puzzle is just to make taking that next step feel incredibly easy, almost a no-brainer. And right here, you see the psychological genius of how they close the deal. The effort they're asking for, just one signal, is framed as being tiny, almost nothing, especially when you compare it to the massive reward, a windfall of money. This taps right into a principle called cognitive ease. I mean, who wouldn't take one tiny little step to get a giant reward? And that emphasis on the word one is so, so important. It just completely lowers the barrier to entry. It's basically zero. It's not some long, complicated thing you have to do. It's not hard. It's not going to take up your time. Nope. It's just one simple thing. One click, one reply, one signal, and you unlock everything. So, okay, after all that cosmic drama, the made-up authority, and these incredible promises, what's the one final thought this whole message is engineered to leave you with? Well, it's the very core of its power, and it's all boiled down into one simple, elegant question. This question right here is the entire strategy in a nutshell. It completely reframes that one step. It's not a risk anymore. It's a tiny, tiny investment for this massive return. Honestly, it's designed to make you feel kind of foolish for even thinking twice about it. And that, of course, leaves us with one last really important question to think about. Whenever we see messages like this, the ones that promise you the entire world for what seems like a tiny price, we really have to stop and ask ourselves, what is the true price of that one step? And what are we really being asked to give up?